Hi, I'm Clovis from Kinematic Lab, the maker of the radius tool. In this tutorial, I will show you an interesting way to use the Spline Gizmo. So let's start by creating just a simple line, some curves like that. Okay, and I will duplicate it and activate it in viewport to see the polygons. Add two subdivs and convert it to editable poly. I remove each ends and I will select some edge rings. Because I want the faces rotate around these edges. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I use auto pivot, just auto pivot, and detach selected edges on the detach faces tool. And I do that multiple times just to detach all the faces on the object. That's it. So now, if you select all the faces and start to rotate in local axis, you can see that they all rotate around the same pivot point in the same rotation, but these faces here have a wrong orientation. It's just because of the edges number of the original mesh. I have to invert the pivot rotations of these objects. So I select them and change the affect pivot only for all of them. 180 degrees. Okay. Okay. And then if I select all the faces again, it will now rotate in the right way. Okay, so I will pick the first spline as a gizmo and add the faces in the system. Oh, before I have to add the XYZ control here. Have a XYZ Bezier curve on each object. So add the object in the system. I want to connect the Z rotation axis. Activate the gizmo. Activate this, change the radius. So it works well, but again, on this object it's wrong. So I have to change the minimum value because I inversed the pivot rotations for that, but it worked. So it's a nice effect because these faces are already from the first spline. So the fall-off effect will really follow the direction of each face. Like some feathers in a snake or something like that. or scales, just scales. So let's add more parameters, a scale parameter, for example. I will scale along the x-axis. So it's a bit strong. I have to decrease the value to be more smooth. Okay. Now it's rotating and scaling down to 0. So it's sort of disappearing. I would like it to disappear just when the rotation go to 90 degrees, more or less. So I have to adjust these two values. A bit too much. Okay, it's not so bad. So why not adding a translation value? Let's try this one. I don't think it's a good idea, because it's just following the direction, the first direction on each face. That's really good. But with the Y position should be good, because it's moving along the normal of each face. So it's going out the spline or in, depends on the value you put in. As you can see, it's going inside just a bit. So it's rotating, scaling, and moving inside. Let's add a shell modifier. Okay, so now they really look like something mechanical, some real objects. But if you really want to make them disappear, you'll have to add a visibility control to it, because it's getting down the x-axis, but it's getting flat. So if you render it, you will see flat planes and probably some flicking inside, because it's two faces on top of each other. Alright, I hope you liked it. See you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.